are back. This is going to be another one.
Packing sugar.
You're good. You're packing sugar, honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's crystallized goodness.
Sure, we'll go with that.
But yes, now we're going to make an Otis Spunkmeyer copycat chocolate chip recipe that I found because I'm kind of in my nostalgic zone right now, and I'm missing those cookies from back in high school when you got to buy them on Fridays, and they were the best cookies, like, period. So.
And the muffins were.
Oh yeah, the muffins. The muffins were delightful. Love those. If you miss those too, comment in the comments because yes, absolutely. So I'm going to just be here to say hi and to introduce what we're doing, and then I'm going to go and be the cameraman. So while the husband is over here packing some brown sugar.
Yeah.
All
Packing
right,
some
folks.
brown sugar. So while I'm talking, I'm gonna get started on
Okay.
this real quick. So my first tip, I'm gonna start with getting the flour ready. So you should always pack your brown sugar first and foremost. Unless the recipe specifically states for unpacked brown sugar, which I've only seen a handful of recipes call for it, always pack your brown sugar. As far as flour goes, typically you don't have to sift your flour, but I'm going to. This is an old trick. If you want to have nice fluffy pancakes, nice fluffy bread, just if you have a flour sifter, which we need to get one, we haven't gotten one. We used to have one, but it broke.
Is that the same thing as the thing that I want for powdered sugar?
Similar.
Okay.
The flour sifter that I'm referring to, it has a little trigger action.
Okay.
But the main purpose of doing this is it helps loosen up the flour. So it helps make it fluffy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because as it sits, whether it's in the bag, in your container, because I like to remove it from the container.
Right.
And put it, or remove it from the bag and put it into a container, just to help keep pests from getting to my flour. It compacts down, and then you'll get little clumps.
But yeah, it does make a difference. You can already tell just by the little bit he's done. Whoops.
He's pushing buttons over there.
Not on purpose. Sorry.
You change the light color.
One accident. I'll fix it.
So, I'm going to start off with 3/4 cup of melted butter. We've melted it in this not Pampered Chef measuring cup. Love this thing.
But we are using this fabulous deluxe stand mixer by Pampered Chef.
Then I'm going to add in 1 cup of brown sugar that I packed in using the Measure-All. And then a 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar. I'm going to put this in, make sure it's nice and secure, and then I'm going to put the paddle blade
Attachment on.
and then I'm going to close it, make sure it's secure, turn it on, and then I'm just going to keep it on custom, that way I have full control over the speed. And I'm just going to beat our cream together, the sugar and butter, until it's nice and mixed. Shouldn't take too long. So I'm going to pause it there because it's come together.
All right.
Then I'm going to take the egg separator. I'm going to separate out one egg so that I can separate the egg white and the egg.
And just so you guys can see what that's doing, is literally separating the egg.
So, quite literally just separating the egg from the egg white, or the egg yolk from the egg white. I'm putting the egg yolk
Into there.
And then I'm going to take the other egg
And crack it in.
and I'm going to crack it in. And
Okay.
then I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla that I'm going to add as well. And I'm going to, again, turn it on and turn it back up and beat the egg, the 2 eggs in along with the vanilla. So this is going to be salt and baking soda.
Okay.
Half teaspoon of each, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And then 2.5 cups of flour. I'm going to gently
Add it in.
add it in. Keep in mind, I did pre-sift this.
Right.
And I'm going to start it off slow, just so that it doesn't
Right.
everywhere. And then once it starts to get fully mixed together, and I start to see more of the wet mixture, I'll start to increase that speed. So, something that you want to be mindful of is you don't want to overwork the dough, because if you overwork the dough, it leads to I don't really want to say a tougher cookie, but the cookie isn't as tender
Okay.
as it can be. So you just want to work the dough until the flour is fully incorporated.
Okay.
So now I'm going to lift the head and add in the chocolate chips. So we have a mix of large and mini chocolate chips. And then I'm going to lower it back down and resume at a low speed. And I'm just going to go until it incorporates those chocolate chips evenly.
This is all done being used, so we're going to turn it off. And that there is the fabulous dough. That looks really good.
So, one thing with, I'm not going to say all cookies, but most cookies, or cookie doughs I should say, is you want to chill them, right? So, this is one of those doughs. You should really chill it to kind of let it come together.
Okay.
It makes it easier to cut it and divvy it up.
Okay.
So what I do is I take a piece of plastic wrap and I put it down.
Okay.
I'll
Like so.
probably take a second piece of plastic wrap and put it on top, just because of the amount of dough that this one yielded.
Okay. Sandwich the other one on top and then close it together so it can be chilled in the fridge.
Because you want to let it sit for, typically the rule of thumb is about 30 minutes.
Yep.
So that's usually the rule of thumb. Because what that does is it helps it to firm up and make it easier to slice.
Okay. My chocolate chip sub is cooled and chilled.
So it's not completely firm. It's mostly firm. Like it's still slightly soft to the touch. So.
Yeah. But I wanted to show it to you after it came out of the
But
fridge.
it's firm enough that we can handle it and it'll be good to go. So we want the cookies to be rolled into about 2 to 3 tablespoon balls.
Right.
So it's about that size.
Yep. So he's just slicing it using the coated chef's knife.
So I can tell that this one is a little bit more than 2 to 3 tablespoons.
Perfect. And you just keep doing that until you got your pan full. So while the husband is finishing that up, I did want to spotlight a book that I got today for my birthday. We went to Barnes & Noble and I got this one, and I got your Bestie book from Misha, as well as Bunny XO's book as well. But if you guys haven't seen her, definitely follow her, find her and follow her because she's fabulous. Husby loves her.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Loves how she cooks, her honesty.
I love her personality.
And it's just perfect. So, yes, if you haven't followed her or got the book, go get the book because you're also going to see us making some of the recipes too that are in here.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can relate to many of her recipes. So, super exciting. Anything you want to add about her, honey?
If you do not like foul mouth language, be forewarned.
Yeah, she does have a sailor's
She definitely
soliloquy.
has, yes, for sure. She definitely does.
But yes, she is
Right.
fabulous. This is just the first part of the book. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you
But I'm excited to try
her
some of the
recipes. Yes,
that she has in there because I haven't seen any of them yet.
for sure. So with that batch, we got 19 total cookies. The oven has been preheated to 375, and these are about to go in there for 10 to 12 minutes. He's just switching them out while changing them around so they are...
So you want to rotate halfway through the baking process. This is just so that they bake evenly,
Right.
because it's just so that you don't have an undercooked cookie or unevenly cooked cookie.
Right. So I gotta start with it all the way up close. These were only in the oven for 10 minutes.
And they look so good.
They do. The recipe did say for them to look slightly not done in the center, but have the edges to be crispy, which is what we're seeing here. And now we're just gonna let them cool, and we will have a taste test.
They did not spread as much as I thought they would.
Agreed.
I thought that they were going to spread a lot more for as much sugar as what was in there.
Yeah, I agree. So let's let them cool for a few moments, and then, yeah.
Yeah. I'll go for this.
Hello, everybody. Now we're doing the taste test, so
There's still a little bit
warm, but I'm going to show it to you up close while the husband's grabbing his. How pretty they look.
They look delicious.
Mm.
Very much still ooey gooey in the middle.
Mm. I am totally getting the vibe of the Otis because they're crispy on the outside and they're super soft in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I really do enjoy the way they taste and how they came out. For sure. If you would like the recipe for this, just let me know. I am working on a cute little card for it. So let me know about that in the comments. But otherwise, I will see you guys later on.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.